Welcome back to comparing and contrasting stories in the same genre. Yesterday we looked at some vocab, and today we're going to review the vocab and then put it into practice a little bit. Traditional literature, remember, they're stories that are passed down by storytellers throughout time. They include tales, myths, legends, and fables, and they have strong ties to traditions and cultures. And really important, they teach lessons or they explain why something is the way that it is. And so today we are going to continue to look at fables, which is one type of traditional literature. A topic is the subject or focus of a story, or of nonfiction text too, what it's about. And so it's not a sentence like a main idea, it's just one word or a couple words, what it's about. So for example, the topic of today's lesson is fables. The theme is kind of like the topic, but it's a little bit deeper. So it's not stated outright. We have to figure out what it is. We have to infer what it is. All types of literature have themes. It is stated in just a word or a short phrase, kind of like topic. It's not a complete sentence. But if you turn it into a complete sentence, that would be the lesson or the moral. And one really important thing about theme is that it can be applied to many different texts, not just the one story. So it should never have a character's name in it because it needs to be something that applies to many, many things in the world and not just one story or a series. Anthropomorphism is when you give human qualities or behaviors to an animal or an object so that it's acting like a human in the story. Metaphor is where you're comparing two things that are not related, and you're using the similarities to explain things about them. And our teaching point today is: a fable is a type of traditional literature. It is usually very short and has a simple moral to teach an important life lesson. So we're going to use the word moral interchangeably with lesson. If you hear me say moral, that means what lesson is being taught. What is something that you're supposed to learn from the story? And just so you know, we're going to be reading some of Aesop's fables. Aesop's fables go back to the time of ancient Greece, almost 3,000 years ago. Aesop was a slave and a storyteller. These stories are linked back to Aesop, but we don't know if he actually wrote them himself or if he just kind of retold what he had heard elsewhere. Next, we're going to read a fable, and we will identify the topic, the theme, and the moral or lesson. And then we'll also think about whether anthropomorphism is used in it, and we will write a metaphor to compare something in it to other things. The story today is The Lion and the Mouse. A lion lay asleep in the forest, his great head resting on his paws. A timid little mouse came upon him unexpectedly, and in her fright and haste to get away, ran across the lion's nose. Roused from his nap, the lion laid his huge paw angrily on the tiny creature to kill her. "Spare me," begged the poor mouse. "Please let me go, and someday I will surely repay you." The lion was much amused to think that a mouse could ever help him, but he was generous and finally let the mouse go. Some days later, while stalking his prey in the forest, the lion was caught in the toils of a hunter's net. Unable to free himself, he filled the forest with his angry roaring. The mouse knew the voice and quickly found the lion struggling in the net. Running to one of the great ropes that bound him, she gnawed it until it parted, and soon the lion was free. "You laughed when I said I would repay you," said the mouse. "Now you see that even a mouse can help a lion." So the topic is animals in trouble, let's say, or a lion stuck in a net. That's what it's about if you just look very shallowly at the story. If we go a little bit deeper, the theme is kindness. And to get the moral, we're going to take that theme and turn it into a complete sentence that teaches a lesson. So maybe kindness is always repaid. If you do something kind, you'll have something kind done for you. Or maybe a kindness is never wasted. It's impossible to waste kindness because it's always doing something beneficial. And then if we think about anthropomorphism in this story, we have a lion acting like a human and also a mouse acting like a human. They're speaking, they're the main characters. And I think here that those animals were used to compare a really powerful animal to a weak one, a powerful lion and a weak little mouse. And the point being that no one is too small or too weak to help others by showing kindness. And then if we want to find a metaphor in this, the net that the lion was stuck in is, it's dangerous, is a metaphor for danger or a trap. And so the net maybe could be compared to a spider web. This is optional. So if you would like a chance to go kind of beyond what we're doing today and challenge yourself, you can rewrite the ending of The Lion and the Mouse to teach a very different lesson. So you could come up with a lesson you want to teach with it and change the ending to teach that lesson. And then you can just type it up in a Google Doc and attach it to this assignment if that's something you want to do. But for everyone else, the independent practice today, you are going to read another fable and answer questions about it. So I will have the Google form linked below for you to work in to do that. So just do your best work and make sure to also turn this assignment in when you are done. And just a reminder to everyone, please make sure that you every day are checking your email and that you're checking the comments I'm leaving you on your assignments. I always leave them on assignments if I return them without a grade or without a check off. But sometimes I also leave you comments on assignments that I grade. So you just need to go back every day and check what you did before and see if you have any feedback. And I hope you have a really wonderful afternoon. I will see you